What's up, guys? It's your host, Jaime Messina, and this is the Stories We Tell podcast. We're going to take a little break from the Lilies After Dark, which has been awesome, bringing back those. I knew I was going to do it. I was going to pull them out of the vault after a couple of years and put them out for everybody, and here we are. So hopefully you're enjoying that. But here's the deal. Life's been lifing, right? I know it's been lifing for a lot of people. There's a lot going on in the world right now. It feels kind of heavy. Even myself, who tries to stay away from the news, tries to stay away, life is heavy. There's an energy in the world. It's heavy. It feels like Mercury's like in the microwave every other day. Lots going on. And so it had me want to take a moment and step back and reflect on how I can show up as a coach in a different way. And for myself, I recognized I needed to do something different this round. And so I had another group coaching program coming up, and I wanted to switch it up a bit for people and kind of explain what it is, because I feel like there's some kind of disservice done when you're just trying to explain on like social media or like a post or something like that. So here's the deal. This is something I see all the time, and I've definitely experienced myself. And that is people getting stuck in a cycle of starting strong and then losing steam. Now, especially when there's a bunch of stuff happening all around us, as there is right now. Like, I know it's hard to, or it's challenging for me to sit here and say, there's nothing I can do with what's going on in the world. Of course, we can show up in different ways, and there are some things we can do. But when it comes to our day-to-day life, if we are totally focused on what's going on outside of ourselves, and that's all where our focus is, I just feel like we're doing ourselves a disservice. The fact of the matter is we are all here for a short time on this earth. We all only have that time to do the things we want to do, regardless of what's happening in the world around us. So yes, we can be involved in different causes and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that we should lose sight or focus on the things that we want. And whether there's something big going on in the world or not, which there always is, right? It just seems overwhelming at the moment. What I've experienced and see so many of my clients and people who are interested maybe in being clients but never take the leap, what I see in them is people getting stuck in the cycle of starting strong and then losing steam. You want something, right? You make a decision to get it together. You're fired up. Maybe you even crush it for a few weeks. And then life happens, right? Something comes up. You miss a day, motivation disappears, old patterns creep in, and before you know it, you're back to square one. A year passes, and then you're like, man, didn't do that thing I was going to do last year, right? That happened to me over and over and over and over again until it didn't. And I was able to pinpoint what it was that was the difference between the 26 years prior I was trying to do the thing that I didn't do, and then the year that I finally made the decision and stuck with it. What was it that was different? And so I pinpointed that, and I wanted to put it in a program for people. And that's exactly why I created this 12-week program. No, actually, it's 8 weeks, called the Momentum Method. So 8-week group coaching experience, right? That helps people stop quitting on themselves, start building consistent habits, and actually create change that sticks. I know that there is something that you want to change. All of us. Even myself, who has changed all the things I wanted to change from before, there's always something else that I want to change. And the reason I'm able to do those things now is because I've developed these habits from the initial thing that changed my life. And so I'll just give you a little bit of background of myself, because maybe you don't know. I don't talk about it as much as I used to as when I was in health and fitness, but there was a time, I was 27 years old, where I feel like I hit rock bottom in my life, okay? Every day I woke up and I just didn't want to live anymore. I hated myself. I hated the way I felt. I hated the thoughts I was having. I hated my physical body. I was making choices that weren't good for me. I was drinking. I was doing drugs. I was not exercising. I was eating crap. I was being lazy. I was watching TV. My thoughts were horrible. I like just was constantly depressed, talking shit to myself, all the things. And it got to a point where it was like, whoa, I need to shit or get off the pot. Either end your life if you're this miserable, or do something about it. And I knew that I couldn't end my life. Why? Because I had this niece and nephew and family, and I knew how it would affect them. And I'm an empath, and I'm like, there's no way, even though I won't be here, I can't do that. So what do? Well, my other option was to change my life. Well, I've tried that year and year and year and year and year and year after year and year. What? So how am I going to do it this time? And I think because I was at such rock bottom that I knew I didn't have a choice, right? And so for me, it was fitness. I thought, okay, well, if I get myself fit, then I'll be more confident and then I'll stop having these thoughts and I'll feel better in my body. So I joined this fitness program that I did at home. It was Beachbody. I know some of you know what that is at the time. And the cool part about it wasn't just I go to the gym and I come home. It was I follow this exact plan, right? I follow this plan. I come home, I work out. They told me what to eat. But more importantly, I had a support group. So I had a group of other people that were doing the same thing, and I had a coach. And for me, that was one of the kickers. There were a few kickers in this story, but one of the kickers because it didn't matter if I disappointed myself. And I know so many of us are like this. Okay, we don't want to disappoint ourselves, but if we do, it's not a big deal. But we don't want to disappoint someone else. And when I had a coach, that was in the back of my mind. I don't want to be the weakest link out of all these people. I don't want to, fail. I don't want to whatever. And it wasn't when I would fail myself, no big deal. But when I failed my coach, that was a different situation. And so I was showing up a little bit differently at that time. That I had invested some money in the fitness program and in my nutrition. And so I was like, if I'm going to spend this money, I'm going to follow through. Paired with, I had a strong why. I really needed to change my freaking life, right? And in addition to all that, my coach encouraged reading personal growth books. And the first book that I read was something called The Compound Effect. And basically, it teaches you how to change your habits for good. Now, so often we get pulled in. It's the same reason I got pulled into this fitness program. We, on the infomercials, you saw before and afters, and you're like, whoa, quick fix. 90 days, I'm going to have that after? Oh my God. Now, here's the deal, y'all. Thank God she had me read this book too, because I did not have the same before and after photo that the person in the infomercial did. Sure, some people can get that great. Not me. It took me a little longer. Didn't take me overnight to get into the situation I was in. Wasn't going to take me overnight to get out of it. But so often, especially in this day and time and age and whatever, we want this quick fix. We want the immediate fix, the immediate results. And that's just not how it works. So for me, I was able to understand by reading this book. It really stuck with me. Don't know why. I didn't like reading before, but I was like, I'm doing this thing. Thank the freaking Lord, because that's how I'm here today. It changed the course of my life. In this book, The Compound Effect talked about how small, seemingly mundane tasks done consistently over time lead to massive results. And because I was reading this book and because it gave me those examples. So it gave me an example of, it had 3 guys. One guy didn't change anything. One guy just made he didn't get French fries at lunch. He got a salad and took a walk after dinner instead of watching TV. And the other guy decided he was going to have dessert every day at lunch and a drink when he got home. And so 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, not much had changed. But then after a while of that compounding time, one guy was more fit. His relationship with his wife was better. They were spending more time together. He was feeling healthier. He was doing the things. And the other guy, slowly but surely, gained weight, was lazier. His relationship was affected by it because it was compounding over time and ultimately led to this massive change that you can't see in the day-to-day, right? You go to lunch, you choose the French fries over the salad. That one choice isn't going to make much of a difference. But consistently over time, it does. And so that was what kept me going, thank God. Because after my 90 days, I lost a couple pounds, I lost a couple inches, but it wasn't the massive change that was in that before and after. And so therefore, I would have probably quit and been like, I'm not doing that again. What? Nothing really changed. But I didn't, because I was into this compound effect thing. And I was like, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I did 3 programs. By the time I got to day 180, I looked in the mirror one morning and I was like, oh, who is that? But it wasn't just my physical body that had changed, because I read that book and then I read The Slight Edge and I read all these other personal development books that helped me to realize that it's not this quick fix. It's not this overnight success. It is the small, seemingly mundane things done day in and day out, small choices that lead to massive results. And so that is why I created this program. It's not about hustle or perfection or waiting around for the magical day you feel ready, right? It's about retraining your mindset. It's about getting clear on what you actually want. It's about building small, sustainable habits that lead to massive results without burning out. And for me, it started with fitness, but this can be for anything in your life. It could be for meditation. It could be for, hey, I just want to know how to be consistent at anything, right? It could be for finances, saving money, not making, poor choices financially. It could be just going for a walk. It could be your nutrition. There's a lot of different things it could be, right? It's for anybody who's really just ready, who's tired of starting over, whether it's your health, your finances, your mindset, your business. If you're someone who says, I know what to do, I just can't seem to stay consistent. That's when people come to me. They're like, well, I know what to do. I'm just not doing it. I do it for one day and then I stop and I don't know. I just don't have the motivation. Guess what? No one has the motivation every single day. It's not about motivation. It's about consistency. The momentum method, this 8-week program that I've created, is especially helpful for people who feel stuck, who feel overwhelmed, or like they've outgrown the old way of doing things, but they don't know how to move forward in a way that feels good and doable, right? So if that's you, if that's something that kind of clicks with you, and literally, I don't have to have read off or said what it is you want to change or what you're not being consistent with. Whatever it is for you, it's for you. It might be spending 30 minutes a day with your kids. It might be, I don't know, right? This is for you. So what's included in it, right? The way it works is people often don't get it. They feel weird about group coaching programs or whatever. But y'all, the group coaching programs is where it's at. That's what that made me stick with my fitness transformation, because there were other people in there. They were going through the same thing. I got to hear what they were experiencing, their challenges, etc. But also it kind of held me more accountable because I had other people relying on me to show up, not just myself. So in this group, what you get, right? We have a private Facebook group with all the people that are in it with you. You'll get a weekly video from me, a weekly workbook to go through to help you grasp the concepts and make them a habit that we're going to work on. We get weekly group coaching calls where I lead, but we're all in it together. You come with your questions. If there's something that comes up, you get coaching from me in real time. And this is something special I'm doing with this one. You get 2 one-on-one sessions with me for deeper support. So at the beginning, we'll have a one-on-one session. We'll figure out what is it exactly that you really want to stick with. We can make a plan for you to do that. What does that look like? And then at the end, we'll have one on the way out where I'm also going to give you tools for tracking your project progress and a 90-day plan to keep that momentum building after the 8 weeks are over. All right? But more than all that, more than what you get, it's a mindset shift. It's a whole new life. And literally I can say that because that is what happened for me. If I didn't stick with it that time, I think I would still be in the same position of just hating my life, going over the same things, never knowing how to achieve any of the things that I wanted. You'll leave this program actually believing in yourself again. And that's what it came down to. I don't think I believed in myself. I think that in the past, I didn't think that I had what it took, because I thought what it took was just having it, or, some people have it, some people don't know. You can train yourself to do the small, mundane things consistently each day, and not huge time throughout your day, not like 5 hours a day, a few little things, doing them every day over time that are going to lead to your results. So if you're listening to my voice right now and you're thinking, okay, that sounds like something I need, I want you to check it out, okay? I'm going to leave a link for you to go check out the Momentum Method in the show notes here, all right? Because I am telling you that this completely changed my life. The reason I am a coach today, the reason I live where I live in Florida, the reason why I am not in a job that I hate and spending every second of every day talking crap to myself, is because I figured this thing out, this thing that I'm going to share with you. And that is what is within this 8-week program, okay? So, like I said, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, that sounds like what I need, I want you to check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes so you can go check it out. It's, I won't name it. I'll just put it there so you can click it. And guess what? If you're one of my past clients, I have a special offer going on for you right now that involves a larger one-on-one coaching package. So if you purchase a 6-pack of private coaching sessions from me, which, by the way, is already at a discounted rate, you're already going to get $500 off, you're going to get this program for absolutely free. that means you get 6-hour-long private sessions with me, Zoom calls, and then you're going to get the entire 8-week group coaching program for free. So that isn't on my site. That's something you're going to have to reach out to me for. So I'll put my email in here as well. But let's do it, y'all. Let's make some change happen. I know that it can feel overwhelming with the world around us. I know that we can forget about our own personal needs because there's something much bigger going on, right? But you can't do that. We still have to take care of ourselves. We still have to show up for ourselves. Life is going to life regardless. So how do you want your life to life? Do you want it a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, look back and be like, wow, I didn't do anything. I was so overwhelmed and I didn't do anything I wanted to do. And now 5 years has passed. Or do you want to say, wow, that was a tough 5 years. A lot was going on in the world, but I'm so happy that I still focused on the things that I wanted, the things that I wanted to show up for, the things that I wanted to do. So I want that for you because I know how amazing it is. And I know how it feels. It's the reason why I'm here, y'all. This work changed my life. Learning how to stop relying on motivation and start trusting in small, consistent action is what got me out of some of the hardest places I've ever been in. And it's still how I show up for myself today. And that's what this program is all about. It's not just another coaching group. It's a reintroduction to your power. I want to help you reclaim your power because guess what? It's our choices. We might not be able to control the situations that come up, the world around us, but we can control how we respond to them and what we do. That is power right there, and I want to help you reclaim yours. So if this is speaking to you, I want to hear from you. Let's talk. If you have questions, I got you. Check the description or go to jaimecoaches.com. It's Jaime, Jaime, coaches.com. And let's do it. Let's make shit happen because guess what? The next 4 years are going to be the next 4 years outside of ourselves regardless. So are they also going to be your 4 years? Or are you going to look back and be like, well, that was a blink of an eye and I didn't do anything because I was stressed out with the world around me? I want you to have your years because time is fast. Life is lifing, and you never know, when things are going to change. And I personally want to use my time on this earth to fulfill the things I want in my life, to have relationships and really love my life here. And I want the same for you. So I hope I hear from you. Let's freaking go. And I hope to see you in the 8-week momented method. Let's go.